Hey guys, DB right here, and today I am continuing with What If Barne Went with Goku to Earth? Continuing right where we left off in the previous part. Now, for those of you who should know by now, Barne returned to Earth after receiving training from King Kai, put a quick end to Nappa, well, incapacitating to the point that Vegeta actually put an end to Nappa, and we got a one-on-one fight with Barne and Vegeta. And Vegeta pretty much outclassed, not Vegeta, sorry, Barne pretty much outclassed Vegeta in every way. Unlike Kakarot, who pretty much didn't outclass him in any way. I don't care what people say, Vegeta won that original fight. He went to Great Ape, he crippled Goku to the point that he couldn't fight anymore, therefore Vegeta was the victor. Don't get me started with the fight as Margin Vegeta. Technically Vegeta won that too, he knocked out Goku. Sorry, but that's what I score him on. Change my mind, I dare ya. Anyways, but unlike this, Barne was pretty much able to school Prince Vegeta, actually deflecting his Gallic gun with a Kaioken times 3 instead of a times 4. That's how much better her power was compared to Goku in the original timeline. And well, did Vegeta transform into a Great Ape? Yes, he did. Barne had a tail as well, so she was obviously going to transform as well. But Vegeta figured she'd be a completely wild animal and he'd be able to take advantage of that. Well, yes, good plan, except Barne has Berserker Super Saiyan-like potential, such as has Kale from the Tournament of Power arc. So it turned out to be Vegeta's biggest mistake, and he ended up dead for it. And after the boys able to ring in Barne and remove her tail successfully, we are now heading on with the next part of the story. And well, the Dragon team had managed to gather the Dragon Balls, Bulma collecting them in secret, just for such an occasion, and with them they are able to wish back Tien and Yamcha no problem. However, Chiaotzu can't be brought back because he had already been killed once and restored to life by the Eternal Dragon months before, back in the King Piccolo arc. So this presented a bit of a problem. However, Raditz, of all people, has a plan. After all, Raditz spent a lot of time in the galaxy, and like most Saiyans and pretty much almost everybody in the universe have all heard the rumors of the Namekian wish orbs. And learning that Kami, a Namekian, created the Dragon Balls, it pretty much brings in the proof that the Namekians could have Dragon Balls, and since it's a different dragon, and of course, as we know later on in the arc, that it can bring back people as many times as they bring back people who have died as many times as they want, providing they don't die of natural causes, back whenever it suits them. So, Raditz belts off, fingers pad. It's a good thing I'm here, the smartest Saiyan of the universe. Oh yes, Raditz is enjoying this moment. You could just go to the Green Man's home planet and use their Dragon Balls. Assuming that these Dragon Balls represent the Namekian wish orbs, it should work, no doubt. After all, different dragon. And well, deciding it's worth a shot, they start coming up with plans to make way to planet Namek. And well, and since Raditz is there, Bulma is not going to accidentally blow up Nappa's spacecraft. He knows how to use the remote. So, with that, Nappa's space pod is summoned. In fact, if with the right code, they could actually take Vegeta's space pod as well. After all, Vegeta didn't escape with it, so yeah, why not? Assuming that the remote can work both ships. I know Vegeta had his own remote, but that would have been destroyed after Barne blew him away. But assuming that all it takes is the right code to punch in, both Saiyan space pods are on their way to Capsule Corp, and Bulma is beginning tinkering away at building their own ship. They're not going to be using Kamis this time around. There's no need. They can build a spaceship out of the things they've got, and using a Saiyan's engine for a much bigger craft that can carry more. They could get to Namek in, I don't know, 6 days, and with Vegeta's space pod there, they can build a spare one. And well, Raditz, remembering that Vegeta had his scouter on pretty much the entire time of the battle, at least until Vegeta himself got involved in the fight, he had realized that there is a chance Frieza overheard the commotion on Earth and could be plotting to make his way to planet Earth to take it over and, of course, eradicate the traitor Raditz. And, of course, his siblings, after all, they're Saiyans too. After all, remember, Raditz knows the truth. And, Raditz did gabble on a bit about that during the confrontation with the Saiyans. Well, Vegeta had the scouter on, so if Frieza was indeed listening, which, of course, as we know he was, he knows that they know who killed their race. So, it is very possible that Frieza is doing one of two things. He is either going to Namek, or he's making his way to Earth. Now, Raditz feels that it's more likely he's going to make his way to Earth. So, Raditz, being the cautionary one of the family, he's deciding he's going to accompany Gohan, Krillin, Chi-Chi, Piccolo, and Yamcha, and of course Bulma, who's flying the ship, off to planet Namek. Now, just like the Capsule Corp ship that gets built for Kakarot later on, there is indeed a gravity chamber inside this ship as well. So at least everyone can keep up with their training. And at the moment, the strongest one there inside the ship is indeed Raditz. So he's enjoying being top dog, watching Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, even little Gohan struggling with the gravity training, while Raditz, it's quite easy for him. Ha! Is that all you've got? Frieza's men are gonna walk all over you. Ha ha! Let me show you how it's done. And well, within the 6 days, within those 6 days of travel, Team 1, I guess you could say, is a lot stronger than their original counterparts. Krillin and Gohan are quite a bit stronger, thanks to the grav training. Now, they're still... Now, Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien, and even Piccolo are still not, you know... Like, they could fight and defeat maybe some members of the Ginyu Force at this point, while Gohan and Raditz are definitely more along the lines of Captain Ginyu's level. remember, they're still not the level that Goku was in the original timeline when he attempted this training. But they are still stronger and better off for it. And, well, in the, meanwhile, Freeza and, Zarbon Midoriya and the rest of his lackeys that he has in the Namekian saga at this point are heading onto his ship. So, Lord Freeza, where is our heading? Are we gonna head to Earth and eradicate the Saiyans once and for all, along with their new home? Now why would I waste my time with that? Those Saiyans are not a threat to me, with meager power levels like that. Vegeta got what was coming to him. And that traitor Raditz, why would I even bother? I don't even remember that much about him. So I think we will go to planet Namek and confirm for ourselves that these wish orbs are indeed real. Why be an emperor for one lifetime when I could be the emperor of the universe for all time? And there you have it. Frieza is indeed on his way to Namek like in the original. However, who is going to get there first? And I assure you, the heroes have actually gotten there first. They've actually beaten Frieza to Namek at this point. I think it just makes sense because they've got, they've got the capsule ship to travel to Namek. There's none of that 1 month, was it 1 month to 2 months traveling time? And thanks to Raditz, they didn't need King Kai's help getting the coordinates to Namek either. After all, Raditz being like the butler of the Saiyans, it's like, he knows everything. He has all the information. He was smarter than Vegeta and Nappa, after all, more cautious, so of course he would spend his time memorizing where all the planets were, including Namek. It just makes that much more sense. And well, in the meantime though, Barne and Kakarot have elected to stay on planet Earth just in case Freeza and his men decide to show up here. And while Dr. Briefs has been building the second ship and already have installed the grav chamber, they've sort of been getting a bit of a head start in using it, which is pretty cool. Not by much, only like a couple of days until the ship's ready, and then, well, after the first couple of days of searching for the Namekian Dragon Balls, well, needless to say, it's actually going very smoothly for the good guys. Just because they have that couple of days head start on Frieza, they've pretty much gotten them all. And they did have to go through the Namekian trials this time. After all, at this point, it wasn't a matter of saving the Namekians to why Guru handed over the Dragon Ball. So they did have to take these tests in order to see if they're truly worthy of possessing the Dragon Ball, which they were able to pass with flying colours. Of course, thanks to us never actually seeing these tests in the manga or the anime, I have no idea what these tests are, but either way, our good guys managed to pass it. Maybe not right away, maybe after a few attempts, but they would have gotten to it eventually and managed to summon Porunga. And, well, the good guys get their wish right away and are able to bring back Chiaotzu. Now, what to do with the other two wishes? And, well, this is where Raditz is suddenly getting startled, because he has, since his time of Earth, he's now learned how to sense energy. He can sense Frieza's power level just in orbit. And, well, he tries to ask Porunga if he can do something about Freeza, which, of course, it's just beyond the dragon's power. Can't do anything that exceeds his power. And, well, he, remembers Guru mentioning something about how he could unlock their potential. So, for the second and third wish was basically used to unlock everyone's potential that was there. So, Krillin, Raditz, Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien, Gohan are all getting quite the power boost from the Eternal Dragon. And, well, as for the third wish, they decided to use it to transport the Namekians off of Earth and get them out of harm's way. Strong enough to fight Freeza, they are not. And well, with Bulma getting the word back to Dr. Briefs, Barne and Kakarot, of course, are on their way to Namek. And so, Raditz thinks that the best strategy to this point is just to try and stay out of sight and keep their power levels down as much as possible. Darn it! I didn't think Freeza would come and actually look for the Dragon Balls. He must have put two and two together. Damn it! But that's okay. Raditz has a bit of a strategy that they could use to keep Freeza going on a bit of a wild goose chase. And that is keeping themselves at a distance for Freeza, raising their power levels slightly so their scouters would detect them, and then disappearing again before Freeza would show up, thinking he's finding a village that might be holding a Dragon Ball. After all, the Namekian Dragon Balls of stone won't show up on any radar, with no Namekians for them to scout around and find. Yes, it's very possible that Freeza could find that his time might be wasted and just blow up the planet. So, Raditz and his allies, his new allies, the Dragon Team, are raising their power levels a little bit, making Freeza think that he's looking for Namekians who have Dragon Balls, but he's not finding anything. And the more of his men that he's sending off on these chases, yeah, to those of them who aren't finding, who don't end up spotting the Dragon Team and end up trying to confront them in battle, they're ending up dead. So someone is actually think they can challenge the mighty Lord Freeza? Very well. I'll play along. Zabon, Dodoria. Now it's time to send you boys in and deal with these pests. So, it's pretty much 5 to 6 days of that until Freeza starts getting impatient and starts calling the Ginyu Force in. Now, difference is, Dodoria and Zabon are still alive here too. And meanwhile, Kakarot and Barne are getting closer and closer to Namek, 2 to 3 days in, thanks to Raditz buying them time, thanks to that little distraction of theirs. And so, pretty much, you've got Barne and Kakarot getting even stronger. Now, the good thing at this point is both of them are going to be stronger than what Goku was in the original timeline when he lands on Namek. Why? Kakarot's got another sparring partner, a Saiyan just like him, and of course, Barne is already stronger than Kakarot. So, yeah, go figure. And I think, for right now, that's where we're going to leave things. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this part? I think it was a pretty good story, and definitely a different way of doing things. You know, other than Frieza being a step ahead of everyone in this saga, it's more or less the other way around. Due to the fact that the good guys got there first, were able to get the Dragon Balls ahead of time, make their wishes, and after sensing the powerhouse of Frieza's approaching, were able to evacuate all the locals back to Earth. And luckily they notified Dr. Briefs that they were coming, because the rest of the human race were probably freaking out. Look at all those King Piccolos! Ah! So, like in the original, they're being sheltered at Capsule Corp at the moment. And, yeah. All this and more next time as we continue. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Catch you later.